Hey everyone, Kyle Mike here from MLive.com, joined by Justin Rogers. Some news today, Justin, with Eric Ebron sitting out practice. Line's now down to one healthy tight end and Brandon Pettigrew. What kind of spin does this put on Sunday's game against the Saints?
We have to see, obviously, if Ebron's able to play. Based on the fact that he was limited yesterday, completely missed practice today, we have to assume they probably missed that or injured that hamstring in practice. But if he can't go, they're going to need to add another tight end. You got two guys on the practice squad with tight end experience. You got Michael Williams. You got Jordan Thompson. I think Thompson would probably get the call based on the fact that he's practiced with tight ends. Yeah. He is built more like a tight end at this point. Williams is up to 310 pounds. You're limiting yourself in the playbook on what he can do. So, it's a status that we need to continue to watch for sure.
Body-wise, the Lions will be down to if they don't have Eric Ebron. Brandon Pettigrew has had some good catching seasons in his career, but he's not that guy anymore. He hasn't been used that way in this offense, and I'm not sure if he's run that many routes in the offense. He's used almost strictly as a blocker these days. 8 targets through the first six games of the season. And so the Lions don't really have a replacement on the roster for Ebron. I mean, they do Fourier, but he's also hurt. And so you can bring in Jordan Thompson or whoever, but you're going to lose big time in the pass catching department, which is obviously an issue when you tandem that with Calvin Johnson not being 100% and not playing last week, and I'm guessing not playing this week either. So the Lions certainly, I think, lacking right now with the pass catchers.
Yeah, I think you're looking at a situation where Brandon Pettigrew would go back to a role that he had last season where he was playing 85%, 90% of the snaps in a game, which, he's well rested. I think he could handle it for a short term. He's down to, like 50% role at this point. He is running routes this year, but he's not being targeted, as you mentioned. So I'm confident, given his relationship with Stafford over the years, the chemistry they've developed, that, that could click, but where else do they find extra support and blocking? You might see a guy like Travis Swanson really see an added role in this game in that instance.
Or Larry Warford. We saw him in the last game running downfield down the seam.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon, much to the dismay of Larry Warford, who would really like to catch a pass.
We could sneak him out. 330 pounds. Yeah, the odds of them actually seeing a 330-pounder lined up in the slot,
It's not happening again, Larry. I'm sorry.
The Lions have had injury issues this year and overcome them pretty well, especially in the defensive backfield. That's where they were hit hardest to start the season. And obviously, number 1 ranked defense, number 2 ranked pass defense. That speaks for itself. And then the injuries affected after that the offensive backfield with the tailbacks, and Joyke Bell came back last week, did pretty well. So the Lions have weathered some issues before. This one's a little different because you don't have apples to apples replacement for Ebron. I mean, again, you have Fourier, but Fourier is running on an anti-gravity treadmill this week and isn't going to be available. Yeah. So
I think even if Thompson were promoted for the 1 week, I don't think you'd see a whole lot of time. I go back to, I think it'd be this weird split between Broyles in the pass catching role and Swanson in the blocking role to kind of fill out what Ebron brings to the table.
Broyles who?
Yeah.
That's another topic for another day.
For sure.
For Justin Rogers, I'm Kyle Meinke. We are MLive. Keep it right here.